So good day everyone, I am Ranjan Russell V. Gonzalez and our group will be discussing or exploring the indigenous communities in the Visayas region. So let's move on to the discussion.
So, yung part na napunta po sa akin is introduction. Today, I'll be sharing a brief introduction about the Visayas region of the Philippines. Ang Visayas daw po is not only known for its stunning island and vibrant culture. Ang Visayas po is tahanan ng maraming indigenous community na hanggang ngayon ay pinapangalagaan ang kanilang kultura, wika at tradisyon. So, sino-sino nga ba sila? Kasama dito ang mga Ati, Akalanon, Panay Bukidnon o Sulod at Hiligaynon. Pati na rin ang iba pang grupo na nagbibigay ng kulay at lalim sa ethnologistic diversity ng Pilipinas. Ang mga ethnic group na katulad nila ay sa kabila ng modernisasyon, marami sa kanila ang nakakapagpanatili ng unique na pagkakakilanlan sa pamagitan ng kanilang oral tradition, ancestral practice at sariling lokal na pamumuno. Ang mga practice na ito ay naipapasa mula sa isang henerasyon patungo sa susunod. Nagpapakita ito ng matatag na cultural resilience at adaptation sa loob ng maraming siglo. Pero hindi madali ang naging sitwasyon nila. Marami silang kinakaharap na problema tulad ng land displacement, endangered na mga wika at limitadong access sa edukasyon. These challenges not only threaten their way of life but also the survival of their cultural identity. So, bakit nga ba sila mahalaga? Because their existence give us a deeper meaning and understanding on pre-colonial life, kung paano namumuhay ang sinaunang Pilipino. At hanggang ngayon, they continue to influence modern cultural and advocacy movement, especially to those that fight for indigenous rights, cultural preservation, and community empowerment. Sa madaling salita, kaya mahalagang kilalanin at suportahan ang mga indigenous groups na ito dahil parte sila ng national heritage. By protecting their rights, culture, we also promote inclusive development kung saan lahat ng sektor ng lipunan ay kasama sa pag-unlad, hindi lamang ang mga nasa mainland.
We will be discussing the indigenous groups of the Visayas and identify its geographic locations. So in the Western Visayas or Region 6, we have Aklanon, which is located in the Aklan province and kita rin po sila sa northwest part of Panay Island. So, ang mga Aklanon people po ay known for their native language which are called Aklanon. Ang mga Aklanon po ay friendly and very hardworking. They often engage in farming, fishing, and they're also proud of their culture and their famous Ati-Atihan Festival. So another indigenous groups na makikita po natin sa Western Visayas Region 6 ay the Ati. Ang Ati po ay scattered in Panay, Negros, and Sampag. Ang mga Ati po ay isa sa mga earliest inhabitants of the Visayas. Meron po silang maiitim na skin, mga kulot na buhok, and nakatira po sila sa maliit na mountain communities and depend on farming, hunting, and making handicrafts. So another indigenous groups po na makita po natin sa Western Visayas Region 6 ay ang Panay Bukidnon or Sulod. Ang Panay Bukidnon or Suludnon rather ay makikita po natin sa Central Mountains of Panay Island, mainly po sa Iloilo, Capiz, and Antique. Ang Panay Bukidnon or Suludnon are mountain dwellers po, meaning nakatira po sila sa bundok. And they preserve po the old traditions, songs, dances rather, and they are also known po sa kanilang rich oral literature na tinatawag po nilang Sugidanon, and they also practice weaving and farming for living. Kapisnon is another indigenous group na makikita po natin sa Western Visayas Region 6. So ano nga po ba yung Kapisnon? Kapisnon ay makikita po natin of course sa province of Capiz in the northeastern part of Panay Island. Ang Capisnons po ay nagsasalita ng dialekto na Capisnon. Capisnon din po yung tawag. A language close to Hiligaynon. They are also known for their love of music, fishing, and farming. Ang Capiz po ay kilala rin as the seafood capital of the Philippines. Karaya is another indigenous group that are located in the Western Visayas Region 6. So, what is Karaya? Ang Karaya, they are mostly found in the Antique Province and sa ibang parts po ng Iloilo and Capiz on Panay Island. So, ang Karaya people or ang community po ng Karaya ay gumagamit or nagsasalita ng dialektong Kinaraya. Marami po sa kanila ay nakatira sa farming communities. So, obviously po ang ginagawa po nila for living is agriculture, fishing, and small craftings. Meron po silang malakas na kultura pagdating sa storytelling of folk songs and tradition passed down through families. Ang mga Karaya people po ay known for being warm, hardworking, and proud of their heritage. So, another indigenous group that are located po sa Western Visayas Region 6 ay ang Hiligaynon or the Ilonggo. Hiligaynon or Ilonggo, they are located po mainly sa Iloilo and Negros Occidental and sa ibang part din po ng Capiz and Guimaras. Ang Hiligaynon or Ilonggo people po ay known for their sweet and gentle way of speaking. Kilala rin po sila bilang farmers and traders. They are also known for their love of festivals like the Dinagyang. So another indigenous group of the Visayas that are mainly located po sa Western Visayas Region 6 ay ang Kinaraya. Ang Kinaraya are located sa Antique, Iloilo, and some parts of Capiz. Ang Kinaraya, which are also called as the Karaya, they speak the Kinaraya language. They are mostly farmers and have a rich tradition of storytelling, poetry, and local songs. So for your information, ang Karaya at Kinaraya are almost the same or like completely same since they refer to same people and culture. They just have the different spelling of the same word. So, ang Karaya po is more common and widely accepted spelling, and while the Kinaraya is simply variant spelling that some community use. But both refers to the same ethno-linguistic group in Antique and parts of Iloilo and Capiz. And pareho po nilang ginagamit yung Kinaraya language. So moving on to the last indigenous group of the Visayas or in the Western Visayas Region 6 ay ang Negrinis. Ang Negrinis po are located mainly sa Negros Island or the Negros Occidental and Negros Oriental. Ang Negrinis people po come from the mixed heritage but mostly Visayan. Nagtatrabaho in the sugarcane farms and industries. They are also known for their strong work ethic and hospitality. So moving on to the another region po of the Visayas is the Central Visayas or Region 7. So first indigenous group of the Visayas or Central Visayas Region 7 is the Cebuano. Cebuano, they are located of course mainly in Cebu and some parts of Bohol, Leyte, and Negros Oriental. Ang mga Cebuano, one of the largest ethno-linguistic groups in the Philippines. Gamit po nila yung dialekto nila na Cebuano, and ang mga Cebuano po are also known for being hardworking, religious, and skilled in trades and crafts. Another indigenous groups that are located in the Central Visayas Region 7 is the Boholano. Boholano are located po in the Bohol Island. Ang mga Boholanos po ay they speak the dialect of Cebuano. They are known for their politeness, simple living, and love for their tradition. Ang kanila pong ginagawa for living is farming and fishing, which are common jobs among for them. So, last indigenous group from the Central Visayas Region 7 is the Eskaya. Ang Eskaya po ay also located po sa Bohol, but mainly in the towns of Tuero, Guindulman, and Sierra-Bolones. Ang Eskaya po ay isang small indigenous group with their own language and writing system. Nakatira po sila sa upland areas, and they value their tradition, farming, and crafts. So moving on to the last region, Eastern Visayas Region 8. Iisa lang po dito yung indigenous group sa Eastern Visayas Region 8, which is the Waray. Ang Waray, they are located po sa Samar, Leyte, and Biliran Islands. Ang mga Waray po ay gumagamit ng salitang Waray-Waray language, and they are known for being brave and cheerful, and they often work in the farming and fishing industry. Kilala rin po sila sa kanilang resilience and strong community ties.
In Visayas. The indigenous communities in Visayas ay nagmula pa sa pre-colonial migration mula Borneo at iba pang bahagi ng Southeast Asia. Ayon sa kwento ng Tendatus, tumakas daw sila mula Borneo noong 30th century at napunta sa Panay Island kung saan bumili sila ng lupa sa mga Ati or native people. At hanggang ngayon, ang mga indigenous groups sa Visayas ay proud pa rin daw sa kanilang kultura at patuloy nilang iniingatan ng kanilang customs, beliefs, and traditional knowledge na pinapasa mula generation to generation. Aklanon. Ito raw ay galing sa Spanish at ito ang tawag nila sa mga tao ng lugar na ngayon ay Aklan Province sa Panay. At ayon sa legend ng buong isla ay binili daw ng dato mula Borneo mula sa mga Aita or Ati na noon ay nakatira pa rin sa lugar. Ati, kasama sila sa malaking Austro-Melanesian group at matagal na silang nakatira sa Pilipinas bago dumating ang mga Austronesian speaking people tulad ng mga Bisaya. Panay Bukidnon ay isang katutubong pangulturang grupong Bisaya na naninirahan sa kabundukan ng Capiz, Lambunao at kabundukan ng Antique, Iloilo, sa Panay sa Kapuluan Visayas ng Pilipinas. Ang mga taong ito ay tinatawag ng Salud o Saludnon ni Landa Hocano sa kanyang pananaliksik noong 1950s. Kapisnon. Ang Kapisnon ay kilala sa kanilang tradisyonal na sayaw, musika, lokal na pagkain at lalo na sa Capiz shell na ginagamit sa paggawa ng bintana, dekorasyon at iba pang produkto. Pangsining, marami rin silang folklore, panitikan, relihiyosong kaugalian na nagmula sa panahon ng mga ninuno. Karay-a, isang grupo sa Pilipinas noon. Pinaniniwalaan na galing sila sa mga immigrants mula Borneo based sa kwento ng 10 Bornean Datos. Pero ayon sa recent study, ang tunay na ancestor ng Karay-a ay mga Austronesian immigrants na nanggaling sa South China noong Iron Age. Iligaynon. Sinasabing galing ito sa phrase na mango ilig sang kawayan na parang Spanish version ng meaning nito ay bamboo floaters. Ito ay tumutukoy sa mga tao na ang trabaho ay magpababa ng bamboo sa ilog para ibenta bilang building materials. Kinaray-a. Ang Kinaray-a ay isang wikang Austronesian na pangunahing sinasalita sa Antique at ilang bahagi ng Iloilo sa kanlurang Visayas. Ito ang mga wika ng Karay-a na ang pangalan ay nagmula sa salitang Iraya na nangangahulugang taas o upland. Dahil karamihan sa kanila ay nakatira sa kabundukan at mga rural na Grense are people who come from Negros Occidental and Siquijor. Nabuo ang identity nila noong 19th century dahil sa mga landowners at sa malalim nilang koneksyon sa lupang sinasaka nila. Noong una, ang isla nila ay tinitirahan ng mga ati, pero kalaunan ang dumating ang mga migrants mula Panay, kaya naghalo ang mga Hiligaynon at Cebuano speaker sa mga lugar. Cebuano, the Cebuano ethnic group na kilala rin bilang mga Sugboanon ay nagmula sa isla ng Cebu. Kasama sila sa malaking pamilya ng mga Bisayan ethno-linguistic groups. Sila ang second largest ethno-linguistic group sa buong Pilipinas at halos 1/5 ng population ng bansa ay Cebuano. Boholano. Ang Boholano naman ay tinatawag din Bolanon ay mga taong nakatira sa Bohol. Kasama sila sa mas malaking grupo ng Bisaya na isa sa pinakamalaking ethno-linguistic groups sa Pilipinas. Sinasabing ang mga Boholano ay may lahi mula sa mga Pindatos, ang mga sinaunang Bisayan na kilala sa kanilang mga tatus. Kaya sila ay isang indigenous group sa Bohol. Nakikita sila sa lugar tulad ng Duero, Guindulman, Sierra Bullones at Pilar. May sarili silang kultura, literature at sariling wika. Pinakilala silang nakatira sa Barangay Taytay, Duero. Waray. Ang Waray naman ay taga-Samar at kilala rin bilang Samareños. Nagsasalita ng Waray-Waray, isa sa pinakamadalas gamitin na native language sa Pilipinas. Ang salitang Waray ay ibig sabihin ay wala, kaya ganoon ang tawag sa kanila.
So, here are some of their social and cultural practices. First is Panay Bukidnon. The Panay Bukidnon, also known as Tomandok, live in the mountains of Panay Islands. Their society values family ties and leadership by elders and babaylan, or spiritual leaders. They are known for the Hinilawod epic, an ancient chant that tells the stories of their ancestor. Cultural practices such as the Binanog dance, which imitates the movement of a hawk, and rice ritual shows their deep respect for nature and tradition. Their colorful attire like the patajong and embroidered blouses reflects their vibrant and culture. Also, they are famous for reciting long oral epics such as Hinilawod, which are passed down by the Binukot or Cape Maidens. They speak Kinaraya, the same language spoken by other Visayan groups in the area, though with some semantic difference. Second is the Ati or Aitas of Visayas. The Ati people believed to be the earliest inhabitants of the Philippines, live mostly in Panay Islands and Negros. They practice bayanihan or mutual cooperation in farming, hunting, and daily tasks. Their leaders are the elders who guide community decision and preserve tradition. The Ati honor nature spirits through ritual offerings of for protection and blessings. The famous Ati-Atihan festival in Calibo, Aklan originally celebrated the culture and unity with other Bisayan before becoming a Christian feast. Also, the Ati are considered the aboriginal inhabitants of the Philippines and likely arrived from Borneo 20,000 to 30,000 years ago across a land bridge that is now Palawan. And also their tradition forms of art include body sacrifice and teeth chipping, along with the use of natural ornaments like flowers, leaves, and woven materials. The third is the Aklanon. The most iconic practice is the Ati-Atihan Festival in Calibo every January, a week-long celebration in honor of the Santo Niño. It features indigenous style body painting and costume, energetic street dancing, and the famous chant Halabira Fuera Gaba. It means go for it, away with harm. And they also observe major Catholic holidays like Lent and Christmas with devotion. Aklanons are descendants of the Austronesian-speaking immigrants who came to the Philippines during the Iron Age. Aklanon language called Akianon or Inakianon. Aklan, originally known as Minuro of Akian, considered as the oldest province in the country. The Aklanon has this tradition clothing in such for women they have kimona, patajong, panyo and accessories. For men, they have barong Tagalog, salakot, and footwear. They also have these traditional dishes that are famous in them. They have inubarang manok, adobong talaba, tinapay, and binakol. Marriage agreements were traditional. Paternal and arrangement were requisite to a ceremony called pamaeaye or pabaeayon. Next is the Hiligaynon. The 19th century was marked by the migration of the Hiligaynon from Panay to Negros. Their migration was due to the growth of sugarcane production in the 19th century. In 20th century, the American colonization of the Philippines introduced English, further influencing Hiligaynon. Today, English loanwords are common especially in technology, education, and commerce. This continuous evolution showcases Hiligaynon adaptivity, maintaining its core identity while embracing new elements. Kapisnon. Their primary festival is Kapistahan, the province's founding anniversary usually celebrated in April. It features a seafood galore, feast, street dancing, and the historical parade that reflects the community's bond with the sea and their rich history. They also observe major Catholic traditions such as Holy Week, which often blends Spanish influence, profession with native rituals like the search for pangalap or amulets. The Kapisnon are famous for their capiz shell crafts. The thin translucent capiz shells from the Placuna placenta mollusk are used to create iconic windows, lanterns, lampshades, and home decor, reflecting an ancestry deeply tied to their marine environment. As of 2010, the total population of Capiz province is 719,685,000 persons, of whom 97% is Capisnon, thus numbering about 700,000. The remaining are 3% Ilonggo, Bajau, Sama Dilaut, Manobo, and others. It is the third most populous province in the region. Next is the Kinaraya. Kinaraya, primarily found in Antique and parts of Iloilo, are known for their strong sense of community, hospitality, and deep cultural pride. Their social life is centered on the family, which is often extended and closely knit. Community cooperation, known as bayanihan or alayan, plays an important role in farm work, house building, and local gatherings. Culturally, the Kinaraya people preserves rich oral tradition including sugidanon, folk tales, and folk songs. They celebrate colorful festival like the Binarayan Festival, which highlights the arrival of the 10 Bornean Datus. Traditional practices such as respect for elders, religious devotion, or both Christian beliefs and pre-colonial folk practices, and communal peace continue to shape their identity. Did you know that Kinaraya or Hinaraya is derived from Iraya, meaning upstream, Ka meaning companion, with inflection in meaning of to have undergone something. They were first believed to be the descendants of immigrants from Borneo through the epic myth of the 10 Bornean Datus. Next is the Negrense. In the late 1500s, Negros Islands underwent a significant transformation with the arrival of Spanish explorers and missionaries. This period marked a new chapter in the island's cultural evolution as Christianity became deeply rooted in society. The Mascara Festival is an annual event in Bacolod City, located in Negros Occidental Province on the vibrant Negros Islands. This festival is renowned for its colorful masks and energetic street dances. These aspects symbolize the resilience and optimism of Negrenses, representing their ability to face challenges with resilience and optimism. Next is the Cebuano. Cebuanos are known for their strong sense of community, hospitality, and respect for family. Family ties play a central role in daily life, which gathering and celebration often centered around relatives, religions, especially Catholicism, greatly influences their customs, with major events like the Sinulog Festival reflecting deep devotion and cultural pride. Cebuanos value hard work, humility, and friendliness,
Political organization,
often expressed
first,
through
traditional.
courteous speech and warm interaction. Also, Cebuanos are a strong tradition in handicrafts and arts, being particularly famous for producing high-quality guitars along with other crafts like basketry, and wood carving. Historically, their livelihood focused on fishing, trade, and farming. They also called Sugbuwanon, who are the largest subgroup of Visayan ethno-linguistic group. They originate in Cebu but have spread to the areas include Bohol, Negros Oriental, Siquijor, parts of Leyte, and Mindanao. Another significant Visayan group are the Waray-Waray, who are primarily inhabit Eastern Visayas. Other related ethno-linguistic groups in the Visayas include the Hiligaynon or Ilonggo, and the people from Panay Islands who also speak closely related Visayan language. Next is the Boholano. Boholanos are deeply influenced by Catholic tradition, reflect in fiestas honoring patron saints, and the famous Sandugo Festival celebrating the Blood Compact and various religious processions.
Social
They
organization.
preserve traditional dances, music, and local crafts. Boholanos are also proud of their heritage, emphasizing peacefulness, humility, and cultural continuity. Through storytelling, customs, and community gatherings, they have preserved a rich heritage evident in their colonial stones, churches, and vibrant performing arts like the Lobok Children Choir and the traditional Visayan dance, the Kuradang. And the Boholano people, also called Bol-Anon, refers to the people who live in the island province of Bohol. They are considered part of a larger Cebuano people, who in turn are part of the wider Visayan ethno-linguistic group, who constitute the second largest Filipino ethno-linguistic group. The Boholano people are believed to be the descendants of the Pintados or Tattooed Ones, the last group of inhabitants to settle in the Philippines. Eskaya. The Eskaya of Bohol are unique for having their own language and writing system. They value education through storytelling, where elders teach history, values, and beliefs to the young. Their community is guided by elders who promote cooperation and unity. The Eskaya combine Christian and indigenous belief in their rituals and celebration, often marked by song and dances that express gratitude and faith. Also, they have a unique language, Eskayan, and a complex writing system molded after the human body. The language is considered dormant, primarily used in religious and political events. Through efforts are being made to preserve it. These tribes established in the early 20th century by Mariano Datahan. The community is recognized as an indigenous cultural community and is considered a living intangible heritage of the region. Next is the Waray. Waray are predominantly farmers and fisher folk, with their lives and practices often revolving around these main sources of livelihood. They weave beautiful mats and produce native wines like Pangasi, rice wine, and tuba, coconut. coconut wine. While the majority are Catholic, their religion's devotion is often expressed in fiestas honoring patron saint, which features praying, food, dancing, and music. Many still practices rituals and customs that invoke nature spirit and ancestor spirit for a good harvest or a safe catch, reflecting pre-colonial tradition. Also, they are locally known as Samareños, Samarnons, or Onsamar, and Leiteños on
Confusion.
Northern Leyte. Warais are often stereotyped as brave and resilient, a characteristic immortalized in the popular saying, "Basta ang waray hindi uurong sa away." The Warais were the first Filipinos to be sighted by Europeans under Ferdinand Magellan's expedition in 1521. They were also known for resisting Spanish rule and engaging in revolts, which some ancient Waray tribes being known for raiding coastal villages similar to the Vikings. And for my conclusion po is, ang mga tribes na ito sa Visayas ay mananatiling durable na sagisag ng mamamayang pamana ng kulturang Pilipino. It shows po na ang kanilang mga tradisyon ang kahalagahan ng pagkakaisa ng pamayanan, paggalang sa mga nakakatanda at pakikipag-ugnayan sa kalikasan. In other side, ang mga changes caused ng makabagong panahon, patuloy po nilang pinoprotect ang kanilang pagkakakilanlan sa pamamagitan ng wika, mga ritual at sining. It's their proof po na ang diwa ng indigenous people ay buhay na buhay pa rin sa Visayas. Yun lang po, thank you.
So dito naman natin tatalakayin kung ano nga ba ang mga pangunahing pinagkakakitaan or kinabubuhay ng mga community sa Visayas region. First is yung tinatawag natin na farming. Ang mga katutubong ati and iba pang indigenous communities sa Visayas is nabubuhay sa pamamagitan ng subsistence farming. Sa ganitong uri ng pagsasaka, nagtatanim sila ng gulay, palay, mais at mga root crops para sa sarili nilang pangkain at pang-araw-araw na pangangailangan. So gumagamit din sila ng simple kagamitan sa pagtatanim and ginagawa rin nila yung shifting cultivation or yung palipat-lipat na pagtatanim para manatiling mataba ang isang lupa. Isa ito sa mga main source of living nila dahil karamihan sa kanila is nakatira sa mga bundok at malalayong lugar, kung saan is mas madali yung pagsasaka kaysa sa iba pang hanap buhay. Bukod sa kabuhayan, nakakatulong din ito para mapanatili nila yung connections nila sa kalikasan. Second naman is yung fishing. Para sa maraming indigenous communities sa Visayas, lalo na sa mga nakatira malapit sa dagat or ilog, fishing yung main source of income nila. So nanguhuli sila ng isda at iba pang lamang dagat gamit yung traditional na paraan and simpleng gamit tulad ng lambat, bitag at sibat. Bukod sa pagkain at kabuhayan, nakakatulong din ang pangingisda para mapanatili nila yung connection sa nature dahil maingat silang manghuli para hindi masira yung environment natin. For them, ang dagat is hindi lang basta source of ng pagkain, kundi part rin siya ng kanilang culture and tradition na dapat alagaan para sa next generation. So yung last naman is yung tinatawag natin na weaving or paghahabi. Ang mga Bukidnon, isa sa mga indigenous group sa Visayas, is kilala sa galing sa weaving gamit ang ikat technique. So yung ikat technique is isang traditional method na kung saan is pinipinturahan muna yung mga sinulid bago ito ihabi. Kaya nagiging makulay and unique yung design ng tela. So gumagamit sila ng natural materials tulad ng abaka, pandan at buri. So para sa kanila, ang weaving gamit ang ikat is hindi lang siya basta source of income, kundi paraan din para ma-preserve yung kanilang culture, creativity at identity bilang isang mga katutubo. Madalas din itong ituro ng mga matatanda ang ganitong tradisyon sa mga kabataan para magpatuloy ito sa next generation.
First, traditional dato system. In Visayas, indigenous community, the dato system was pre-colonial political structure where the dato was the chieftain of barangay community and held supreme authority as a lawmaker, judge, and military leader. The dato position was often hereditary, but his power was not absolute or relied on council of elders. Sa mga katutubong komunidad ng Bisaya, ang sistema ng dato ay isang pre-colonial ng estruktura pampolitika kung saan ang dato ang pinuno ng isang barangay o komunidad at may hawak ng kataas-taasang awtoridad bilang isang tagapagbatas, hukom at pinuno ng militar. Modern government integration. Ang Indigenous People Right Act of 1997 protect ancestral domain right and cultural integrity in indigenous community in the Philippines, particular those in the Visayas region. However, challenge persist including facilities gap, cultural understanding, and land. Ang Indigenous People Right Act ng 1997 ay nagproprotekta sa mga karapatan sa ancestral domain at integridad ng kultura sa mga katutubong komunidad sa Pilipinas, partikular na sa relihiyon ng Visayas. Gayunpaman, may mga hamon pa rin kabilang ang mga pagkukulang sa patakaran, pag-uunawa sa kultura, at ang mga isyu sa karapatan sa lupa. Kinship and community. In Visayas, indigenous community kinship is based on bilateral system with the family as the core social unit that extend through shared activities like farming and rituals. Community are often organized around families led by elders and center on collective responsibility and share resources. Key concept including the Sanay Lubak apartment family and Sanay Alay house family. Sa mga katutubong komunidad ng Visayas, ang pagkakamag-anak ay batay sa isang bilateral na sistema kung saan ang pamilya ang pangunahing unit ng lipunan, lumalawak sa pamamagitan ng mga pinagsamang aktibidad tulad ng pagsasaka at ritual. Traditional costume among Visayas indigenous community including strong community bonds, lumandong respect for elders, and elaborate courtship rituals. Life cycle ritual are significant such as burying the placenta for good health or preserving as child's first haircut for good luck with reading, festival celebrating local. Ang tradisyonal na kaugalian sa mga katutubong komunidad ng Visayas ay kinabibilangan na matibay na ugnayan ng komunidad, lumadnong paggalang sa mga nakakatanda at detalyadong ritual ng panliligaw.
Here are some challenges faced by the indigenous community. First is loss of ancestral lands. Para sa mga katutubo, hindi lang basta-basta pag-aari ang lupa. Ito ang sentro ng kanilang pagkakakilanlan, paniniwala at kabuhayan. Para sa kasalukuyan, maraming indigenous community sa Visayas ang nawawalan ng lupa na kanilang pagmamayari dahil sa mga isyu ng gaya ng land grabbing, turismo at mga proyekto ng gobyerno. Isang halimbawa na rin dito is yung sa Boracay. Ilang mga Aita ang nawawalan ng tirahan at akses sa kanilang mga lupain nang simulan ng gobyerno ang paglilinis ng isla ng Boracay. Kaya napilitan silang lumikas at marami din sa kanila ang nawalan ng kabuhayan at trabaho. Second is cultural and language erosion. Marami na rin katutubong kultura at wika sa Visayas ang unti-unting nawawala. Isa sa mga pangunahing dahilan nito ay ang paglilipat ng lungsod. Marami sa kanila ang lumilipat sa syudad para mag-aral o magtrabaho. Doon, hindi nila nagagamit ang sariling wika at mas nagagamit ang Pilipino o English. Dagdag pa rito, bihira na ring maipasa ng mga matatanda ang kanilang tradisyon sa mga sumusunod na henerasyon. Dahil dito, nalanta ang kultura at nawawala ang katutubong wika. Last is discrimination and marginalization. Hanggang ngayon is may malalim na diskriminasyon pa rin laban sa mga katutubo. Madalas silang tingnan bilang hindi edukado o mabababang uri, kaya't nahihirapan silang makapasok sa mga paaralan, makakuha ng trabaho o makilahok sa mga usaping pangpolitika. At dahil dito, hindi nila ganap na ipaglalalaban ang kanilang karapatan o nakukuha ang mga tulong mula sa gobyerno.
Conclusion. The indigenous community in Visayas, including the Ati, Panay Bukidnon, Aklanon, and Abaknon, are important part of the Philippine-rich cultural heritage. Their history dates back to early migration from Borneo, and most of them live in mountainous area and remote areas of Panay, Samar, Leyte, and Northern Samar. This group have preserved their ancestral lands and tradition despite the changes brought by modernization. Their social and cultural practices show deep respect for nature and spirituality. They express their beliefs and customs through traditional songs, dance, and rituals. Many of them rely on farming, fishing, hunting, and weaving as their main source of livelihood, which reflect their close relationship with the environment. Leadership in their community is usually held by elders or datos who serve as guides and decision makers. However, these communities continue to face serious challenges such as land displacement, discrimination, and lack of access of education and social services. Despite these difficulties, they remain resilient and committed to protecting their identity, tradition, and way of life. The indigenous peoples of the Visayas remind us the importance of cultural preservation, unity, and respect for our diversity in our nation.